What's up, Garage Gym Revolution? It is Coach Evan, and I am so excited to be doing this live training with you. It's day 1 of 5. We're doing something called a Facebook Live Blitz, and I'm going live every single day this week in anticipation of this new thing right here, the Garage Gym Revolution's 10-day Fitpreneur. It's officially in its beta test, and I can't be more excited to give you the rundown. And what's cool about this is that every single day I'm going to announce a winner of lifetime access of the 10-day Fitpreneur. So again, let's go. You know the deal. If you're here with me live, let's see it in the comments. Throw this video a like. Hashtag live in the comments below. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay below so I can follow up with you and see what you thought of today's live training. Now, we're going to do things a little differently today. I'm going to actually walk you through my process of creating the 10-day Fitpreneur across these next 5 days. And there's a really, really important reason for that. It's not just to get you as excited about the 10-day Fitpreneur as I am, but it's to create some energy behind some potential products and services that you might be interested in selling. And so what we're going to do is learn on day 1 how to go from idea to execution. And this is incredibly valuable. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about 10-day Fitpreneur before we go over those things, because it's important to understand what the idea was and how I formulated it in order to execute on my vision. Now, we've been doing the Garage Gym Revolution since August of last year. If you don't know the story, my wife and I run a 300 square foot indoor space from our home in Los Angeles, California. We have 600 square feet of outdoor space, which is really just a disgusting driveway that we turfed and threw a rig on top of. So we've got about 900 square feet of space. We went from 0 to 20K in our first 90 days. And then in our first year, we finally hit our recurring 35, 40K months. And in August of last year, during COVID, I started receiving questions from people interested in wanting to know how to do what we're doing. How do I run a garage gym? And I'd been in coaching programs before. I'd spent over $100,000 on coaches. And my assumption was, you're going to be in it with me for the long run. And I had the assumption that people were like me who wanted to do what I was doing. But that is an ineffective assumption to make. And this goes for you guys as well. And I want you to think about your ideal client. Who is it that you want to serve? Most of us, if we're just getting started, want to train people like us. When I was 25 and I was getting into fitness for the very first time, I wanted to train 25-year-olds. I wanted to help out like dudes who were jacked like me at the time. Not so jacked anymore. Dad bod, hashtag dad bob in the comments. But when I was 25, I wanted to train fit dudes and I wanted to train hot girls. Like that was it. Because I didn't have any skills. That's who I knew I could train effectively. And to grow those skills, I had to also like learn how my client avatar, the ideal person that I want to serve, was going to evolve as my skill started to evolve. And those kind of things went back and forth. I got a little bit smarter, a little bit better, and the clientele that I could serve also got a little bit better at affording my services. And so what I recognized with the Garage Gym Revolution was that I was approaching this from a mind state of who I am now. The exact opposite of what I teach all of my clients to do. Right? Because if all you know how to do is train people who have 5% body fat like you do, you're not going to be able to train anybody. That's it. If all you know how to train is elite athletes, but you're in the middle of nowhere, like you're not going to be able to train anybody. If you want to help your community, if you want to help the people around you, you have to meet them where they are. And this message is something that I really drive home to people who want to come into the Garage Gym Revolution's inner circle. Right? Anybody who says I want 1,000 clients, I want them all to be professional athletes, get out of here. Like I can't help you out. What do you really think is going to happen? But if you're like, hey, I want to help people just move a little bit better, feel a little better, lose a little bit of weight, look better naked, just like the basic normal stuff that they can't do on their own, and I want to help like 20 people do that, and I want to be able to charge what I'm actually worth. Like, yes, I know how to help you do that. And so the inner circle was born with that in mind. But I've always had an entrepreneurial mindset. When I was in high school, I used to walk around our campus during lunchtime selling brownies to people. I've literally been an entrepreneur, not the brownies you're thinking, actual brownies, real brownies, not the special brownies. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I've always had an entrepreneurial mindset. And what I recognize is A lot of people who are just entering this fitness world, who are just starting their garage gym, or maybe not even trainers yet, but have been working out in their garage or in their home gym for years and want to figure out how to turn this hobby of theirs into a hustle. I had no way of meeting them there. And if I want to help those people, which I do, right, I needed to create a solution to meet those people where they were. And thus, 10-Day Fitpreneur was born. And I want you to think about what you're doing with your messaging now. I want you to think about what you're doing with your product now. If all you do is sell high ticket, and you know that not everybody can afford your service, you're letting a lot of people down. I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people who is only selling high ticket. Our program is not cheap. But I know that people that enter it and give it at least 3 months are going to see their first 5-figure month in 90 days. I know that for a fact because that's the results that we consistently see in our program. So I know that it's worth it, but I also know that there are those people who have home gyms, people who have garage gyms, who might not even be certified as personal trainers, but need to make a little bit of extra cash. Like, those are people that might have a future in 6 months, in 9 months, in 12 months, in 2 years. I can't necessarily, every single time I'm on the phone with somebody, assume that they're willing to spend thousands of dollars every month in order to see great results, because maybe they don't have the same entrepreneurial mindset, or maybe they're just not ready yet. And the other thing that I recognize is I started a garage gym with no roadmap whatsoever, but I was willing to fail. I was willing to burn. I was willing to sacrifice everything, including my marriage, to make sure that this was successful. And not everybody can do that. So I wanted to create something that did not require that much sacrifice. I wanted to create something that could be implemented really, really fast, which is why it's 10 days. I wanted to create something that could meet anybody where they were. Because if they are serious about their business, they will be able to find $97 to afford this program. It's in the beta test. I think the value in the program is thousands of dollars, and I'm probably going to end up raising the price. But right now it's $97 as we are in our pre-launch stage. And if you're interested, I'm going to drop it in the comments. And of course, you can go ahead and buy and get on this beta test and get this discounted offer, no problem. But just know for the next 5 days, we're going to be announcing one person to win this program at no cost whatsoever. And it's lifetime access. That's what's so cool. It's a 10-day program, but if it takes you 100 days, that's totally fine. You're never going to miss out on any of it. 10-Day Fitpreneur has allowed me to meet people where they are and also grow my audience exponentially. Exponentially. Because there might be some people who run garage gyms who are making $2,000 or $3,000 a month, who maybe they can afford coaching, maybe not, maybe they don't know if the risk is worth it, and this program is for them. And there are going to be the other peoples who are just thinking about starting a garage gym. And there are going to be other peoples that were like me when I was in high school, working out with their dad in his garage gym and wondering, can I actually make some money doing this without having to sell brownies during lunch? And the answer is yes. And I want you to think about what your idea is for your vision, and how, by expanding these do-it-yourself opportunities, like the 10-Day Fitpreneur, right? How you can take a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, a little bit of work, right? Deliver a ton of value in a 10-day, 14-day, 28-day, 42-day program, whatever it might be, that doesn't require so much coaching from you, and just have it run forever. Because if this works the way that I think it's going to, 10-Day Fitpreneur is going to be available, it's going to be consistently updated, and it's not going to require the time and the effort and the thought and the consistent work that goes into our coaching. And people are still going to be able to see really, really good results. So what I want to do is, make sure that you guys know this is open. I have opened up this for questions every single day. So if you have any questions, type them in the chat. Remember, if you're watching this live, hashtag live. If you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay. I want to show you a little bit of what went into my brain when it came to creating 10-Day Fitpreneur. Because you need to know that. It's not just, hey, I want to serve more people. It's how do I get my message out? What do I have to create? What do I have to deliver from a marketing perspective, from a sales perspective? What are these processes? And there are two things that I'm going to show you. And what's cool about these things is actually show you how to do it in 10-Day Fitpreneur as well. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Of course, I am terrible at sharing my screen here. There we go. So this is the 10-Day Fitpreneur funnel. All right. All you need to know about funnels is that it takes you from one page to the next. Unlike websites where you might have a bunch of different options, there are no options. There's only one button on this page, right? And that's to start. You can see that the beta test offer expires in 4 days, 3 hours, 49 minutes, excuse me. And it just shows you exactly who I am and what we have to offer. I'm not going to play this video, but I'm going to drop the link for this page for you to check out on your own. But some of the reviews from our program shows you exactly what's involved. Day 1, foundations. Day 2, branding. Day 3, legal. I covered all of these things in last week's coaching, so I'm not going to rehash them. But day 4, web hosting. Day 5, social media. Day 6, vision. Day 7, fulfillment. Day 8, management. Day 9, marketing. Day 10, sales. And yes, that includes how to present an irresistible offer with a done-for-you sales script and how to overcome common objections. Man, this program is action-packed. If people can actually finish in 10 days, I will be very impressed. But there's really just one option. Enroll. The only option I give to people is to enroll. So I had to think about, what does this page need to look like? How much information do I need to provide to my potential buyer in order to make sure that they are very clear on the product that they are purchasing? Because if I don't have something like this, I'm going to go ahead and stop my share for a second. If I don't have something like this set up, what do I have to do to get somebody to buy it? I have to get on the phone. And every minute of my time is valuable. And for a $97 program, I'm not going to have an hour-long conversation with people. Not that it's not worth it, but I need to be as concise in my messaging as possible. So creating a marketing funnel, which gives everybody all the information that they would need to get signed up, is the best way for me to do that. So I went ahead and created this funnel. After the funnel, once you click that Get Started button, you have to create the sales page. In here, what do you notice? Lifetime access to the course includes. I had to express in detail how valuable this course really is, pricing out exactly what it is. And these prices are not BS, right? The course itself, I think, is at least $1,000, and that price might go up to that. What you need to know is that our social media, email, and SMS marketing templates are at least $500, if not more. Our done-for-you sales scripts have helped people close $5,000 deals. I only say that they're worth $997, but that's BS between you and me. Because if it's helping you close a $5,000 deal, what is that done-for-you sales script worth? $5,000. And if it helps you do it 100 times, that's a $500,000 sales script right there. And it has helped hundreds of clients close many, many of their own clients. So it is worth a lot more than that. And also the bonuses that are included. And why do I include bonuses? Because these are the unexpected gifts that people might not think would come from a 10-day fitness coaching program. And I want you to think about that as well for your own programs. What bonuses are you giving? What surprises do you have waiting within? Now, I'm giving somebody training videos from our inner circle, right? They're going to get access to live trainings from our inner circle clients. That is a huge value. That is an unexpected value. That is a big gift. And I had to think about, what are the right trainings? What's the right message? And also, how will this potentially allow somebody to go from a 10-day program to a year-long program? Because that is going to be A, great for me, but also B, valuable for them to see what it's really like to work with a coach like me. And I want you to think about your own programs in the same way. What are the bonuses? What are the gifts? What are the unexpected treasures within your program, your all done for you, all in one 28-day program, whatever it might be? What can you gift them that at the end they're like, holy crap, I have to be a client with you because I had so much value out of that 10, 14, 28, 48-day program where you didn't have to do anything. This is what programs are all about. This is what done for you courses are all about. And you know what the cool thing is? In our program, we also teach you how to use our access for our supplement provider to generate passive income, which it's a $5,000 program. And honestly, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars if you have a large enough network and you are selling your own supplements. And what is amazing about this is that it can be used time and time again with lifetime access. And I really, really believe that this is, with all honesty, the greatest thing I've ever created. And I said that in coaching today, and a lot of people kind of lost their mind. They're like, how is that possible? And it's because if people follow these steps within 10 days, they have a roadmap to do what it took me 3 years to do in 10 days. And that is really, really valuable. I see an angry face on here. Who put the angry face? If you got the angry face, type why you're angry in the comments. Because I'm all about hashtag agree, hashtag disagree. So if you hashtag disagree with something I have to say, let me know. Don't just be angry like a little baby. Let's go. I want to hear what you disagree with so that we can have a dialogue. Because who am I? I'm not the arbiter of truth. I'm just giving you my truth. And what you need to know about my truth right now is that if I have a 3-offer system in my training business, which I do, which I teach all of our clients to implement and utilize, I need to have something that is a low enough ticket to still pay for my leads. What does that mean? If you're running ads or if you're doing organic, your time is worth money. And if you're paying for ads, your money is worth money. So cost per lead is something that we track. It's a key performance indicator. Cost per schedule is another thing that we track. Cost per acquisition is the last thing that we track. And it's really important to track all of these things, because if you have leads that are costing you $50 and you sell them on a $100 program, you've made $50. If you sell them on a $1,000 program, you've made $950. But what if your leads cost you $250? Or if you're like me and your leads cost you $1,500? What are your opportunities for people that can't afford your program? Because it's a lot better to get $1 than $0 every single day. I will take $1 over no dollars all the time. Another angry face, get out of here. Now you're just doing it for fun. Get out of here with those angry faces, because I'm spitting real stuff for you right now. And so when it comes to your courses, when it comes to providing opportunity for people to meet you where they are, as opposed to you trying to bring them to where you are, it's okay if you don't have a client who's able to afford your high ticket opportunity. If that really is the only reason they're not buying, because I can't afford it, I still should have an opportunity to be able to help you. And yeah, I'm not going to make your meals for you. Yeah, I'm not going to be showing up and training you whatever hours of the day that you want. But I've got this weight loss bundle that's going to be perfect for you. And you can do it in 28 days. And at the end of 28 days, you can either ascend to my next one, or you're going to know that this is the best investment worth making sacrifice for. And that is gold right there. If you can convince somebody in 28 days that can't afford your program, but is still willing to give you a little bit, right, to invest into themselves, they're going to learn, hey, this dude or dudette is worth the investment. And I'm going to pinch pennies elsewhere so I can work with that person. And that is what I hope I have done in 10-Day Fitpreneur. And you know what? I really believe I did, which is why I truly think it is the best thing I've ever created. Now, I've already shown you a little bit of the walkthrough of the course. The course has changed just a little bit. So I just want to give you a quick rundown of how this course looks. So we're using a program called Thinkific, which is really, really cool. And it's also really affordable. So if you wanted to do your own 10-day, 20-day, 30-day education course, fitness course, whatever, you could use a program like Thinkific to deliver your videos like here. And they pop up automatically.
What's up, Fitpreneurs? Welcome to...
Very simple. Give them assignments. We have disclaimers. We have questions. We have opportunities to already ascend into our program. You can use a program like Thinkific to deliver this. Now, I'm not going to go through this because we went through the outline already earlier today and in last week's training. So you don't need to know too much about that, except it is incredibly user-friendly and also pretty affordable. So for me, my Thinkific cost me $100 a month. Pretty simple, right? The content in there is thousands of dollars. But think about that investment for you. All it takes if you sell a $100 program is one client to afford Thinkific. And I'm paying for the more expensive version. They have a $49 version. Right? Now imagine what this could do for your business if every time you had an assessment, you said, hey, you know what? I know you're not ready for one-on-one personal training, which costs $2,000. Or I know you're not ready for semi-private training, which costs $1,200. Or I know you're not ready for group fitness because you just need to start moving, but I've got this prerequisite course that's $50, right? And it's going to get you from point A to point B, and it's really about mindset coaching, right? You can have a whole mindset course. You can give that to your currently paying clients for free, and they're going to freaking love you. That's what I did with my inner circle clients. Hey, those of you who are in my program, all 35 plus of you right now, guess who has free access to 10-Day Fitpreneur? Everybody. And that's a value add. That's just, hey, I've created something new. I have a new baby that I want to share with you. I've got new energy. I've got new insight. I've got new stuff. You get it for free because you're already in my inner circle. You're already doing one-on-one training or semi-private training. And you know what? That creates so much goodwill. Because now those people are like, oh man, my brain is stirring. And you know what? I might not have had a referral for Evan's inner circle, but I know somebody who needs 10-Day Fitpreneur. I might not have had a referral who could afford one-on-one training with like the way that I can, but I do know somebody who would love this mindset coaching course. I do know somebody who would really value this nutrition course. Like I know that person. Now you're increasing your retention for your clients through goodwill, and you're increasing your referrals just because you've started to meet people where they are. I mean, come on. Now you need to know one more thing. My sister, she's 28 years old. She dibble dabbles in some fitness every now and then. She's got a full-time job. She was asking me how to do this. How do I get into this coaching space and focus more on the holistic stuff? Focus more on the wellness stuff. This is how. She's a spin coach, but she doesn't do one-on-one personal training, right? She's a yoga instructor, but she does it all online, right? But she wants to be able to provide a little bit more. Course creation. Idea to execution. First, you got to figure out who you want to serve. We cover that in 10-Day Fitpreneur. Then you got to figure out exactly how you're going to meet people where they are, not where you are. We cover that in 10-Day Fitpreneur. And on top of that, we need to figure out what your messaging is going to be so that when you have a low ticket offer like this, you can have all this stuff set up and you don't have to take hour-long sales calls, wasting your time on lower ticket opportunities for your business. This is today's lesson. Now, before we go, I'm going to open this up for Q&A. You guys should know that once I click off here, I'm going to drop the link to 10-Day Fitpreneur in the program and in the comments, excuse me. It's $97 right now. Price is going to go up on Saturday. Now, you should also know that this week we're giving out one winner a day, the program for free. It's only $97, but I said I was going to do it last week, and so I'm going to do it this week. Every day we're going to announce a new winner with new training. We're going to be here live the same time every single day this week. Your chances to improve your chances of winning, there are only two things you really have to do. Show up for the training, and on top of that, refer friends into the group. Doesn't cost you anything to get your Fit Pro friends into the Garage Gym Revolution group. The people that refer the most get the program for free. Now, somebody asked me, what if I buy the program? Am I still in the running for free? The answer is yes. If you do happen to be one of the top 5 people to refer the most, I will end up refunding your purchase if you do decide to purchase today or it was yesterday or whatever, right? So if you want to get started now, buy the program. You have an opportunity to win still, and I would suggest you do that. The person today that has won 10-Day Fitpreneur is... Where'd it go? Oops, sorry. Let's do that again. David Ogden. Here we go. David Ogden has consistently referred clients to the Garage Gym Revolution. He has seen a ton of success from just 2 conversations with us, actually hopping on a phone call with me. He's not even a client just yet. Hopping on a phone call with me one time. I told him to try one social media post. That post is in 10-Day Fitpreneur, by the way. And he was able to close 3 out of 3 of his sales calls and generated $6,300 in new revenue for his business. David Ogden, congratulations. And I know what you're thinking. A guy like that probably doesn't need a free program. That's okay. He did the work. He consistently gives back to the community, and he's the kind of guy that I can't wait to invite into our inner circle. So David, thank you so much for everything that you do to contribute. Everybody else, thank you so much for being here with me live or for watching the replay. If you have questions about 10-Day Fitpreneur or our inner circle, make sure you add me as a friend. Let's have a conversation. I can't wait to show you what lies within this program. For everything else, send me a message. And have a good rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for day 2 of our 5-day live training blitz. See ya!